Paul here, and on this channel we do a ton of tech and gadget reviews, so make sure that subscribe button is right down there so you can watch more videos just like this one. I'm always on the lookout for fidget toys that will work in an office environment, and recently SubtleDigs reached out to us and said they'll send us their beginner lockpick set, which is great for fidgeting. I'm really curious about that, so I started asking around and found out there's people at my work that fidget with these, so I had to give them a try. It comes in this nice carrying case, which is just packed full. First, let's take a look at the tools, which comes in this nice pouch. There are 3 tension wrenches and 12 carbon steel lockpicks with stainless steel handles that go from pointy to squiggly things, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Before I forget, you can find a link to all this in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. The first lock we're going to talk about is the pin tumbler lock, which is very similar to how most locks work. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock and see with some graphics if I can explain how a lock works. Ready, go. A lock is comprised of a plug which can rotate inside of a shell. There are pins which match up to a key and drivers that are above those. Whenever the pins and the drivers meet at the intersection of the plug and the shell, that is the shear line which allows it to rotate. The problem is, to finish off that pin stack, there are springs above the drivers which push them all down, which blocks that shear line, not allowing it to rotate. You insert the wrong key in, they do not line up at that shear line, nothing happens. You insert the right key and it lines up at that shear line. You can rotate and open the lock. Boom, under 30 seconds, how a lock works. Now give me 15 seconds and some more illustrations to show you how to pick a lock. Ready, go. You use the tension wrench to apply a little bit of rotational pressure at that shear line. You go and wiggle each of the pins individually and figure out which one's stuck. You get the drivers to stick due to the tolerances at that shear line. When they're all lined up, boom, it rotates. Simple as that, or so they say. I actually bought a lockpick set when I was a little kid. Thought it was cool. I jammed them in the lock, nothing ever happened. Had no idea what I was doing, and I threw it away. I think we could be much more successful if I actually have a clue what I'm doing here. Just like my illustrations, the locks come clear in this kit. You can see the springs, the drivers, and the pins. We're going to try to unlock this using this picking technique that I just showed you. So we're going to take a tension rod and insert at the bottom. I'm going to use one finger here to apply a little bit of pressure on that shear line. And I'll pick this one here, this little pointy thing, see if I can reach in there and wiggle each of the pins. So I'm going to first get it in there, which there's plenty of room, and reach to the far back, wiggle each of them. Wow, that was really, really simple when you can see what you're doing. That seems too easy. In fact, it's so easy that I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pick up a couple locks and see if it's as easy as what I did here. The only problem is I won't be able to see the pins as I'm picking them. Just a second. All right, we have 3 sets of locks here that we're gonna try out. No idea how hard these will be, but it looks like fun. I'm gonna be really impressed. This first set is Brinks, and it looks like they're for travel, and on the back it says they have 4 pins and it's pick resistant. So hopefully that means that I'm not gonna be stuck, because never done this before. So we're gonna take a smaller tensioner rod because it looks like it's a smaller little hole here. See if I can't figure out how to pick this. Oh my goodness. It opened very, very quickly. So that was definitely not pick resistant. That was pretty darn quick. My next lock is by Hyper Tough, and it's a steel padlock, looks much bigger. It says it has pin tumbler security on it. Don't know what that means, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'll get out that larger tension rod that I used on the other lock. You can get the tensioner wrench stuck on one of these nubs. Let's try this guy. There it is. Got it. All right, so that one was definitely a little harder than that 4-pin one, but I got it. On to the last one that I picked up, which I think should be the hardest. This is the level 5 Master Lock Maximum Security. This does look a little bit scarier and beefier. Not sure what that means. Let's give it a shot. So we're going to use that same tincture rod, see if that fits in there. I'm a little nervous, so I'm not going to be able to get this one open. And use the exact same technique again. I can definitely feel the pins. Just trying to find, where is the last pin? Oh my goodness. So this level 5 lock here, done, and I don't know how long that was, but that was really quick. What I've realized out of this is it would be easier to just pick these locks than cut them. And the other point I probably need to make right now is remember that you cannot go around and pick other people's locks. Only do this with your own as a hobby, or if you need to get into your own stuff. Obviously, you'd get in big trouble if you do this with other people's stuff. After using these 3 locks as well as the clear one, you could definitely use this as a fidgeting device at your desk or in a meeting, because you don't really need to be looking at it the whole time. Even if you're using the clear one, you may want to glance at it occasionally for a hint, but you can sit there and pick around at these and work on getting them open. Just don't make a loud yes! You can also use these squiggly tools that it comes with for a technique called scrubbing, where you're rapidly moving this across the pins to try to get them to stick in the right spot at that shear line, and it actually works. After watching that, you may be saying to yourself, that looks super easy, I'm gonna get bored with that really quick. Oh, they're not done yet, because again, this is packed full of stuff. The next padlock is way more difficult in my opinion. This is a wafer tumbler or disc tumbler format, I believe is what it's called, and there are separate discs in here. There's no pins, no springs, and you have to rotate them a certain amount in a certain way to unlock it. Much more fidgeting to do with this one to get it unlocked. Good luck on this one. And then, if you thought those were hard, there are also this double lock configuration, which does have the same spring driver pin configuration, but it uses dimples on the side of the key, which means there's a lot less room to try to get your tools in there to try to pick this. So this is going to give you a lot more entertainment and a much bigger challenge to do these other ones. So you get from beginner, and then you can work your way up to these more difficult ones, all with this kit. But it's still not done. There's one more thing in here, and you could use it for everyday carry. It's a wallet-sized lock-picking kit. So in addition to all this, there's an ultra slim kit, has 5 pieces, has 4 picks, 1 tension wrench. You can put this in your wallet, you can throw it in your car if you need emergencies. If you're an EDC, everyday carry person, you can take it with you. I don't think it's quite as nice as these other ones, of course, but it does fit pretty handy just about anywhere you want to put it. I do think this is a great kit. It's practical, it's educational, great for fidgeting, and I think it's worth picking up. If you're looking for a unique present for someone, a gift, this could be something that they're not expecting that they can have a lot of fun with. Again, link in the description below. This has been Paul with the SubtleDigs Beginner Lockpicking Kit. Thank you for watching.